Bear with me, my voice is a little messed up. The Leak in the Dike by Phoebe CARY. The good dame looked from her cottage at the close of the pleasant day, and cheerily called her little son outside the door at play. Come, Peter, come, I want you to go while there is light to see, to the hut of the blind old man who lives across the dike from me. And take these cakes I have made for him. They are hot and smoking yet. You have time enough to go and come before the sun is set. Then the good wife turned to her labor, humming a simple song, and thought of her husband working hard at the sluices all day long, and set the turf a-blazing, and brought the coarse black bread, that he might find a fire at night, and find the table spread. And Peter left the brother, with whom all day he had played, and the sister who had watched their sports in the willow's tender shade, and told them they'd see him back before they saw a star in sight, though he wouldn't be afraid to go in the very darkest night. For he was a brave, bright fellow, with eye and conscience clear. He could do whatever a boy might do, and he had not learned to fear. Why, he wouldn't have robbed a bird's nest, nor brought a stork to harm, though never a law in Holland had stood to stay his arm. And so, with his face all glowing and eyes as bright as the day, with the thoughts of his pleasant errand, he trudged along the way. And soon his joyous prattle made glad a lonesome place. Alas, if only the blind old man could have seen that happy face. Yet he somehow caught the brightness, which his voice and presence lent, and he felt the sunshine come and go as Peter came and went. So now, as the day was sinking and the winds began to rise, the mother looked from her door again, shading her anxious eyes, and saw the shadows deepen and the birds to their homes come back, but never a sign of Peter along the level track. But she said, he will come at morning, so I need not fret or grieve, though it isn't like my boy at all to stay without my leave. But where was the child delayed? On the homeward way was he, and across the dike while the sun was up an hour above the sea. He was stopping now to gather flowers, now listening to the sound, as the angry waters dashed themselves against their narrow bound. All well for us, said Peter, that our gates are good and strong, and my father tends them carefully, or they would not hold you long. You're a wicked sea, said Peter. I know why you fret and chafe. You would like to destroy our lands and homes, but our sluices keep you safe. But hark! Through the noise of waters comes a low, clear, trickling sound, and the child's face pales with terror and his blossoms drop to the ground. He is up the bank in a moment, and, stealing through the sand, he sees a stream not yet so large as a slender childish hand. 'Tis a leak in the dike. He is but a boy, unused to fearful scenes, but young as he has learned to know the dreadful thing that means. A leak in the dike, the stoutest heart grows faint that cry to hear, and the bravest man in all the land turns white with mortal fear. For he knows the smallest leak may grow to a flood in a single night, and he knows the strength of the cruel sea when unleashed in its angry might. And the boy, he has seen the danger, and shouting a wild alarm, he forces back the weight of the sea with the strength of his single arm. He listens for the joyful noise of a footstep passing by, and lays his ear to the ground to catch the echo of the answer to his cry. He feels no hope, no succor, his feeble voice is lost. Yet what shall he do but watch and wait, though he perish at his post? So, faintly calling and crying, till the sun is under the sea, crying and moaning till the stars come out for company. He thinks of his brother and sister, asleep in their safe-warm bed. He thinks of his father and mother, of himself as dying and dead, and of how, when the night is over, they must come and find him at last. But he never thinks he can leave the place where duty holds him fast. The good dame in the cottage is up in a stir with delight, for the thought of her little Peter has been with her all night. And now she watches the pathway, as yesterday she had done. But what does she see so strange and black against the rising sun? Her neighbors are bearing between them something straight to her door. Her child is coming home, but not as he ever came before. He is dead, she cries, my darling, and the startled father hears. and comes and looks the way she looks and fears the thing she fears. Till a glad shout from the bearers thrills the stricken man and wife. Give thanks, for your son has saved our land, and God has saved his life. So there in the morning sunshine, they knelt about the boy, and every head was bared and bent in tearful, reverent joy. They have many a valiant, 'tis many a year since then, but still when the sea roars like a flood, their boys are taught what a boy can do who is brave and true and good. And every man in that country takes his son by the hand and tells him of little Peter, whose courage saved the land. They have many a valiant hero remembered through the years, but never one whose name so oft is named with loving tears. And his deed shall be sung by the cradle and told to the child on the knee, so long as the Dikes of Holland divide the land and the sea. Thank you.